Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Today we're talking about the rotation in our life. We have more example for rotation like Earth's rotation, but in mathematics, if we have a point M is a fixed point in the plane, then the rotation around the point M with an angle theta mean by measure of any angle 90, 30, 70, 100, whatever the angle, and transforming each point A in the plane. Then the measure of angle A M A dash equal theta. Theta is the angle which we make the rotation of the point A to A dash. We know that the rotation determined by the first center of rotation is M, and the measures of the angle of rotation is theta, and the direction of rotation from right to left or left to right. We have two direction. If the rotation anti-clockwise, then the measure of rotation angle will be positive, like this example. But if the rotation is clockwise, then the measure of rotation angle will be negative. We mean anti-clockwise from right to left, but clockwise from left to right. Now, talking about rotation in the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane, let's show degrees of rotation. We have for angles as this point would be the start point. If we move clockwise, then at first we move 90 degree with clockwise, the rotation angle would be negative, then negative 90, then from starting point to here 180 or negative 180, and from starting point to here will be negative 270, and from the starting point, if we rotate the whole rotation, then we get the same point will be 360 or 0. But the question here, why we say 180? Because if the rotation is clockwise, we get 180 degree, and if the rotation is anti-clockwise, we get 180, then negative 180 or 180 are the same. Now we have some rules to get the rotation. At the first, if we have a point X and Y, and we make rotation with the origin point and the 90 degree, we get negative Y and X. We replaced X, Y and negative Y, and replaced Y by X. For example, if we have a point 1 and 4, and we make rotation by the origin point and 90 degree, we said before, we replaced X by a negative Y, then Y 4, then at first will be negative 4, and replaced Y by point X is the same sign, then will be negative 4 and 1. Next, if we have the point X and Y, and we make rotation with the origin point and the negative 90, then we replaced Y and we replaced the X by Y and replaced Y by a negative X. we know that the difference between 90 from starting point, the rotation is anti-clockwise, will be here, but the negative 90, the rotation is clockwise, will be here. For example, if we have 6 and 2, the rotation with the origin point and the negative 90, we will 2 and negative 6. Other rule, if we have x and y and we make rotation by origin points and 270, we get y and negative x. For example, if we have negative 1 and 5, we make rotation by origin point and 270, then we replace the x by y and replace the y by a negative x, then will be 5 and 1. We know that when we make a rotation by a negative 90 or 270 are the same. Why? Because if this starting point and we make the rotation from here to here, negative 90, but the positive 270, then the rotation with is anti-clockwise, then 90, 180, then 270, then negative 90 equal 270, and the negative 270 equal 90. So the two rules have the same, negative 90 and 270, the same rotation. Next rule, if we have the point x and y and we make rotation with the origin point and 180, we get negative x and negative y. For example, 4 and 1 and we make rotation with the origin point and 180, then we get negative 4 and negative 1. But if we make the rotation by origin point and negative 180, negative x and negative y, and if we have negative 8 and negative 3 and we make the rotation with the origin point and the negative 180, we get 8 and 3. We know that 180 and the negative 180, the rotation are the same. Why? Because if we make the rotation from starting point is clockwise, we get 180, but if the rotation anti-clockwise, we get 180, then the two rotations are the same. Now, if we have the point x and y and the make rotation with the origin point and 360, we get the same point. Why? Because we make a whole rotate. From starting point, we make a whole rotate to here, or from here and we make rotate to here, we have the same point. Then we can say positive 360 or negative 360 is the same. For example, if we have point 2 and 0 and make the rotation with the origin point and 360, we get same point 2 and 0. Now we have some notes. If rotation with angle of measure 90, we make quarter turn, but if the rotation with an angle 180, we make half turn. But if we make rotation with angle of measure 360, then identity rotation. Now we have an example. Let's show how to solve this example. We have an example. Draw the triangle ABC in which AB 5 cm, BC 6 cm, CA 7 cm. Then draw the image of triangle by rotation A and 90 degree. At the first, we draw the triangle like what we studied. AB 5 centimeter, BC 6 centimeter, CA 7 centimeter. Now, how to draw the image of triangle by rotation A and 90. A as the center of rotation and 90 the angle of rotation. At the first, determine the center as A. We're using the protractor to draw the image of the point C and the point B by angle 90. Then at the first we put the protractor at center of rotation A and we draw a 90-degree C, move a 90-degree, then the point, put a point to determine the angle. Then we remove this protractor and get the ruler to draw line segment. We know the AC equals 7 centimeter. Then the image of from A to C will be equal 7 centimeter. Then we put A to C must be equal at 7 centimeter. Then we put the point C dash and we can remove the point. We use to determine the angle on. Then another, we find the image of B by angle 90. Put the protractor at the center A and move from B 90 degree. Then determine the angle to be 90 degree. Then move the protractor. Then get the ruler from A to B will be from A to B will be 5 centimeter. Then draw by using your pencil to draw a line segment from A to B equal 5 centimeter. Then we can move this point and determine point B, B dash. Now we can join the 2 points by the ruler. Using this line. Yes, then we get the image of triangle by rotation A. A is the center of rotation and 90 is the angle of rotation. And thank you. Another example. Draw the triangle ABC in which A 3 and -1 and B 5 and 2, C -2 and 4. Then draw the image of the triangle by rotation about the origin point with an angle of measure 180. Then we make the rotation with the origin point and 180. At the first, we created the point A and B and C in the coordinate plane. A 3 and -1, point B 5 and 2, point C -2 and 4. Then join the 3 points to get the triangle. Now, how to get the image of this triangle? By getting the image of each point by the rotation of origin point and 180, then 3 and -1 by rotation 0 and origin point and 180, then A dash will be negative 3 and 1. The image of the point B5 and 2 by rotation, origin point and 180 will be negative 5 and negative 2, and the image of the point C by rotation negative 2 and 4 by rotation origin point and 180 will be 2 and negative 4. Now we can locate the 3 points A dash and B dash and C dash in the coordinate plane to get the image at the first negative 3 and 1, negative 3 and 1, and negative 5 and negative 2, C dash 2 and negative 4. Then join the 3 points A dash and B dash and C dash to get the image of the triangle ABC. Then the triangle A dash B dash C dash is the image of a triangle ABC by rotation, origin point, and 180 degree. Now you have a drill. You can try to solve and let your answer in a comment. And thank you.